start small, with small paws and big purpose.
Look how little you are, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step.
Bella, let's go.
Guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
You've had a long, hard day of consuming football.
Football is all I got.
And as we all know, the only way to prevent a hangover is to have another round.
Don't that feel good when your crowd behind you? You know what I'm saying? Let's give them something to cheer for now.
This is Fan College Football Game Night. Early game scores and recaps, along with previews of the big night games.
Sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. From sump pumps and water heaters to full-service heating and cooling repair and replacement. The Waterworks and Header tackle it all.
Well, it's the most important month of the year if you're the head football coach of Big State University.
Okay.
Per Big Voice Guy, the long, hard day isn't really had by the fans. Watching college football is fun. College football itself is so much fun. It's week 10 of the season. You're in the final month of things. Come November 29th, there's that certain game that absolutely nobody is nervous about.
No.
But college football playing it, college football coaching it, that's hard. And if you need any proof of that, just watch the thing week to week. Watch kids try to play the position at quarterback. Watch coaches try to navigate their teams through a very long season, the ups and downs of things, trying not to make them act human and looking across at a person or a player and saying, I'm better than that, without actually having to do anything, and make sure that they are all focused on the goal of winning every single week. Now, I say college football is hard. Julian Sain doesn't make it look very hard.
No. Today was a clinic, dude.
He's playing at a level that Joe Burrow didn't play at.
Yes.
In his first 8 games, that Bo Nix didn't play at in his first 8 games.
No one in the first 8 games played at the level he's playing at. Nobody ever.
Nobody in the country is playing at a rate that Julian Sain is. Your quarterback for Ohio State made things look so easy today in the Buckeyes' dominant win over Penn State. Now, the score, I think, does tell the tale in this. 38-14 was the final. Mm-hmm. So all of you that got Ohio State at 19.5, all of you got Ohio State at 20.5. Cha-ching.
17.5.
17.5 is where you got them
over
at.
45.5. I got it.
The Buckeyes at no point, Tito, and Eric Reeser, Jeff Thidoff rolling with you until 6:30. And then the Blue Jackets will look to make it 4 in a row as they host the St. Louis Blues tonight at Nationwide. Puck will drop there around 7 o'clock. So we'll send you over about a half hour early so they can get you properly prepared for a spooky night at the friendly confines. But there were some tricks, but there were mostly treats for $105,000 today at Ohio State.
That's cheap.
And I did say before we came in here that I wouldn't make reference of the Halloween costume of Jeff Thidoff, but I can't do this any longer.
I don't know what costume you're talking about, but that's fine.
You are properly prepared for a Halloween party tonight.
It's November 1st.
Going as Jackie Moon.
Yes, I am.
Afro and all.
The afro is out. The afro is too much. The afro is way too big. And I don't know if I should wet it down. No, it's too big. It is. I did shave for it and everything, but I could take everything off and I could show but I don't want to do the armpit thing. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to keep the warm-up jersey on. But yes, dressed as Jackie Moon. The theme is sports people. And so I decided to go as Jackie Moon. Wife is going coffee black.
Okay. So you'll have a really good couple-themed costume.
Yes, we will.
That does fit that sports category.
Yes, I've won the costume contest before at the party. I when I was I was one of the monkeys from the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz one year, and we won it. So
what was the theme that year?
I think that was movies. was the theme, so I went that way.
This would also work. Semi-Pro is a movie.
I know, it did, yes.
A good sports comedy movie.
Yes,
so you and the missus will crush it tonight. I wonder if those shorts are crushing a pair.
They are embarrassingly uncomfortable right now.
It's a shame this is an audio medium, and I don't really want to paint the picture of Jeff Thidoff in short shorts.
I will show you.
Crushing his thighs. But if you want to check in on the YouTube chat or whenever.
Or OnlyFans.
We do something.
OnlyFans.
On this station.
Yes.
We don't have it on OnlyFans, but the YouTube archive is. You have an OnlyFans.
I do. Yes, I do.
So you're going to have those thighs all over your OnlyFans.
If that's
after tonight's performance.
Listen to me. You can if you watch the OnlyFans, you can picture something on the drums. Let's just put it that way.
There weren't many costumes that I saw at Ohio Stadium, but Julian Sain was dressed up today as a Heisman contender.
God, it was.
And after the performance he put on, he's the Heisman favorite.
Okay, Reese, do you think he should be the Heisman guy or should it be Jeremiah Smith?
So Jeremiah Smith is the best player in college football. He had 2 touchdowns today, and one of them I still kind of can't believe because it was tipped 5 yards in front of him.
I know.
And again, he's a gigantic human, so he's able to do things that most mortals cannot. And he was able to corral it, spin around, and go into the end zone. It was what I thought from Penn State defensively, an okie dokie showing. I thought what Jim Knowles did was blitz Julian at proper times. I think they had a decent game plan coming in. It just became a matter of Ohio State's just too much better than you. But the idea that they're going to go one-on-one with Jeremiah Smith
that was so
early
stupid.
In the game, I was confused.
You know what that is? That's ego.
And I'm an idiot.
That's ego. I'm idiot-er. That's ego, though. Like, he thought, you know what, we're going to do this. We'll guard it.
Single coverage Jeremiah.
We will show you.
We'll have a safety come over. It didn't help.
It was such
It won't help.
It's not. And that's where, like, Jim Knowles, I'm like, dude, you're not going to be able to work that way. You can't do it. He wanted to show something. He said, you know what? I'm going to show you. We'll single coverage him. Watch what happens. Yeah, we'll watch what happens. That's fine.
Well, we'll only wonder, will anybody learn better? And over the next 3 weeks, you're not going to have competition that put 4 on Jeremiah. But you've also got Carnell Tate, who continues his string of circus touchdown catches.
I know.
Both Carnell and Jeremiah finished over 100 yards receiving on the day. This is an instance where if you were to ask college football fan who's the best football player in the country, they're going to say Jeremiah Smith.
He is.
3 of the best football players in the country are Julian Sain, Jeremiah Smith, and Carnell Tate. And we get 2 of them for 1 more year here in old Columbus town.
Can you imagine next year?
No, I cannot.
Adding Chris Henry Jr. on one side and Jeremiah Smith on the other? Good Lord.
And for the Cleveland Browns and their fans out there,
here we go.
You do have 2 first-round picks, and you've got a Caleb Downs and a Carnell Tate that will be available at different times in the first round. I'm not going to wish that on poor Carnell Tate, but as a Browns fan, I'd like to see him on Sundays playing in Cleveland.
No, you don't want that to happen. No.
But back to the Buckeyes, who have now made it 9 straight on Penn State.
Yeah.
And what I had hoped at the beginning, what I think everybody had hoped at the beginning of the season was 1 versus 2. Winner here goes to the Big Ten championship, or winner here has the best path to the Big Ten championship. Because for Ohio State, it really all does still hinge on that November 29th game. But this was the second hurdle in the season you had to jump over. You had Texas to begin things, and then you had November 1st against Penn State, and then you had the game on the 29th against Michigan. And while the Texas game lived up to the hype because you still thought what Texas was
at that point,
on August 30th, number 1 team in the country, Arch Manning, the Heisman favorite, you look back on everything. To my earlier point, college football's really hard, Tito.
Yes. Reese, I don't want to say I'm disappointed to the point. I really wanted to hang 50 on Penn State. I really did today.
Understandable. They could have.
Ryan Day is too damn classy. Listen, if I have one beef with Ryan Day, is he's an adult. I wish he were petty like me, juvenile like me. It was like, you know what? Every time we score, we're going for 2. I know he won't do it. I get it, but I wish he would.
Here's my one qualm with the coaching staff today, offensively, was when it's a 2-minute drill before the half, operate a 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
you've talked, Ryan Day and company have all this season and all last season, is how you want to prepare your team for the college football playoff run, where you're probably going to need a 2-minute drill sometime in those 3-4 games in the CFP.
At some point you will, yes.
Here's an opportunity to run one with exactly 2 minutes on the clock. Why is C.J. Donaldson getting a hand up off the middle?
Look, Reese, this is my problem with this.
What are we doing? It's the only thing, and I have to preface it with, I'm nitpicking.
Absolutely, we're both nitpicking, but I go back to
because you won by 24.
When Miami had their run before they played Ohio State in the 03 game, 02 championship, season. And Miami never really got punched in the mouth. And I want Ohio State to be punched in the mouth. I don't want it to be Drago. Drago got hit by Rocky and couldn't recover because he'd never been hit before. I don't want Ohio State to go into this playoff without being hit and recovering from being hit.
Do you think the first half was a punch, or do you think the first half was a punch from a contender, or do you think the first half was Ohio State tripping over itself and falling on the mat? I
will say this: I never felt threatened by Penn State.
Nope.
And so I want Ohio State at some point, and maybe it's Michigan because it's not going to be Purdue, UCLA, or Rutgers. I want Ohio State at some point to feel before they get to the playoff.
I'd like them to feel that before Michigan.
Well, I would too, but it's not going to happen though, Reese. We know that.
You're right.
Purdue at West Lafayette.
You've got West Lafayette next Saturday.
I still contend the sun does never shine.
Stadium.
Listen, you've never seen the sun shine in West Lafayette. There's
no way to paint that turd gold. It was difficult this week with Penn State coming in having lost their last 3 of 4,
right?
Without Drew Aller, without their starting linebackers, or without one of their premier starting linebacker. They had Dennis Sutton. There was a kid from Warren, number 19 for the Nittany Lions, who had that fumble recovery.
Yep, off the Donaldson fumble, yeah.
I think he's a freshman. They've got talent. They've got almost at some positions equal talent. They've got great punch on. For the first half, Penn State, I think, dominated both lines of scrimmage. But
yes, the first half, I agree. First half, yes, I agree with that.
But at no point.
Lots of teaching moments, but it never did I feel like, Ohio State might lose.
Because I think you had 3 pass plays of over 40 yards. You had 2 57-yarders, and then you had the 45-yard.
Right.
From Julian to Carnell Tate. And so I think that's where your frustration, Buckeye fan, can come out of this, and it's understood.
Isn't it funny to pick a 24-point win over Penn State?
This is the job.
To do that? I know. Isn't it funny that we can do that?
And when you have the college football playoff, their first set of rankings come out Tuesday. I don't think there's going to be any surprise here. Who the top 4 teams are going to be.
Do we have to go to a break, or can we talk about it?
We can talk about it.
Okay. Look at the schedules. Look at the teams people have beaten.
Uh-huh.
I believe Ohio State is most deserving at one, but you could make an argument that Indiana, A&M, even Alabama could be ahead of Ohio State. You could make the. I'm not saying I agree with that. Look at the schedules, though.
I think
it's not Ohio State's fault.
No, certainly not. I think you could make the argument, but I'm going to just point to the AP rankings, and Ohio State garnered 54 of 66 votes.
Absolutely,
The coaches poll, Ohio State 62 of 64 first-place votes.
I think Ohio State's the best team in the country, Reese. I do. They're the best team in the country, I think. They play against Ohio State every week. That's who they're playing. Every week they're playing themselves, and they're playing last year's Ohio State team. I'm just saying, if you look at the schedules and who Alabama's beaten.
The argument exists.
Right.
I do agree with you there.
I think Ohio State is the best team in the country.
But with Ohio State being as unblemished as it is record-wise, having the number 1 defense in the country, having the Heisman front runner, having the best player in college football.
Right.
That's going to, I think, weigh so much on the committee, who hasn't probably watched. The committee might have tuned out after the second play of the third quarter.
Sure. Right.
Because it was curtains.
It was done. It's done. Yes.
I don't know how much Ohio State's going to be showcased at all over the next 3 weeks. Certainly the game on the 29th is to be the one everybody's talking about. But this, for me, was important enough to where I look to the C.J. Donaldson play decision, and I go, that's the thing I'll nitpick. Everything else was perfect from a coaching standpoint, where you have the players that you do, and you need to showcase them in profile situations that are going to be high enough to keep you above water from a national conversation over the next 4 weeks.
The C.J. Donaldson fumble, by the way, and I'm not saying that it's right, but you can now make an argument why Donaldson should be third in the pecking order.
Yes.
And I'm not saying, like, not ideal, but I'm saying Donaldson does that. It's like, okay, this is why we give Jackson and West more of the touches.
Yeah.
Because
and
of
I think
that.
a healthier James Peoples.
Yeah. I just think that I know Day will be pissed about it. We'll probably hear sounds from it later on about the fumble, but nonetheless, I think that the fact that he fumbled makes it easier to justify why the freshman are getting the most carries.
It's an incredible job, an incredible nod to this coaching staff, how you have freshmen that you almost have to fight to keep off the field.
Yeah.
I mean, you're seeing Arvell Reese, you're seeing guys in the the linebacking room. You're seeing guys in the secondary. You're seeing now guys in the running back room with Isaiah West that are fighting for playing time because they're just so damn talented. And I do think for these next couple of weeks, here's what I want them to do is bomb teams enough to where you get those guys more meaningful reps, knowing that you might, in case of emergency, need to break that glass in the college football playoff. What I think is going to happen is they're just going to beat teams 35-0, 35-3, 42-0.
Right.
And it's going to be a lot of consternation from the fan base.
Okay, so you had the Woody Hayes era, which was great. And there were some down years in the Woody Hayes era. You had the Earl Bruce era. You had the Cooper era. You had the Tressel era. You had the Urban era. I feel like this is the greatest era in Ohio State football
this is golden age
history.
of Buckeye football.
This is better than anything.
Yes.
And it's got to correct at some point, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Does the market have to correct at some point, Reese? This is great. I love it. It's the best time. Ohio State is clearly...
Look at Alabama. People said after Saban the market would correct itself.
And it did a little bit last year. Yeah, but...
I mean, they were... kind of. I don't know. But I think right now there's...
God, we are so spoiled.
Yeah. There's the perspective's a hell of a drug here because of what I said at the beginning of the show. College football is really hard. This team that you have in Columbus does not make it look difficult. It makes it look easy.
That scares me. It scares me.
Okay.
Because
I'm not scared.
Okay, last year, Ohio State underdog all the way through, right? Like, as far as playoff goes. Yeah, they lose to Michigan, all of a sudden it's like, oh, my God, we should fire Day, which some people on this station said, which I disagreed with and still disagree with. Nonetheless. But I'm saying it was like an underdog thing going through. This year, it is favorite. And if they
3-4 score favorites week to week.
I know. But if you look at it then, if they do it again, oh my God, the expectation is next year?
They are going to be the victims of their, they're not victims, the wrong word, but they're going to be a product of the results. And those expectations are going to be sky high because you'll return the best quarterback in the country. You'll return the best player in the country, the best wide receiver in the country. You'll return a lot of guys on defense that was the biggest question going into the year was, oh my God, how do they return 8 starters?
Reese.
Well, so far so good.
Jeremiah one side, Chris Henry Jr. the other. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Good luck stopping that, by the way.
Bo Jackson will be back.
Yes.
The job that they have done recruiting makes me think that there isn't going to be a lull so long as Ryan Day's running the ship. Because even when Chip Kelly leaves, and you think you've lost a maestro.
I know.
And you did. You lost a maestro on offensive play calling. But they were able to bring Brian Hartline up. And while he's learning on the job, so far so good.
Yeah.
You absolutely lucked. And you lucked in last year when Bill O'Brien leaves. You luck into Chip Kelly. It is luck that those situations lined up. It was lucky when Jim Knowles decided he wanted a raise. And you weren't interested in entertaining that during a college football playoff run. And so, all right, find that greener pasture, bud. And Matt Patricia's right there for you.
Lost 8 starters, better this year.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that means Knowles is bad, but I'm just saying that tells you how good Matt Patricia is and also recruiting.
I don't think there's going to be anybody within the sounds of our voice that's going to say Matt Patricia's a bad coordinator, or that Jim Knowles is a bad coordinator.
No, he's a good defensive coordinator, no doubt about it. Yes.
Fine. But
Ohio State upgraded.
In the transfer, absolutely. They went from an 8 to a 10.
Yes.
In the era of the transfer portal, you no longer can come in with your binder and say, here's the defense we're going to run. It might take 2 years to get to where we want it to be. Now you have to come into a room as a coordinator. Andy Kotelnicki's learning this, that you have to say, who do I have? That's what I'm going to run offensively or defensively based off of the guys in my room. And wherever Andy Kotelnicki winds up after this Penn State season mercifully ends, because they got Indiana next week. Hoosiers are putting it on. Well, they're beating Maryland right now, 20-10.
No,
I don't know if that doesn't matter. I don't care.
Do you want? I think it's important, Reese.
But nobody, I guess, to finish off my point, nobody's going to be hollering for Andy Kotelnicki to be running an offense. The big Zamboni's not going to be the next whiz kid in college football.
Do you think it's important for Indiana to win out and Ohio State beat them in the big? Is it important for you for Ohio State to have to be a 1 versus 2 against it versus like if Indiana loses, somebody else sneaks in, whatever? I think it's important to have undefeated Indiana, undefeated Ohio State in the Big Ten championship.
For my interest in the Big Ten championship, yes.
For my interest,
you could
in
also
Ohio
sell
State,
me on Oregon.
Yes,
although I guess in the scenario that we're picturing, Indiana will still have the tiebreaker over Oregon.
They would. Yeah.
So
that's the biggest win in college football this year.
Yeah,
right. Out of Eugene. I'm saying like for as far as like my comfort level, I want to see Ohio State beat undefeated number 2 Indiana in the Big Ten championship. That's what I want to see.
Sure. I'm at the point where Ohio State's beating anybody at any time on any field. That's how good they are. Ohio State will only lose if they turn the ball over, if they commit a handful of egregious penalties.
If Ohio State beats Ohio State.
That's why Ryan, I think since January, has been preaching it's us versus us. It's all about us every single day. And that's why, we say they're in the golden age of this program. That's why I say as long as he's the head coach, this isn't going anywhere. Because of what the expectation he has for the team every single waking moment.
Do you agree Ohio State's the best team in the country?
Yes.
Who's 2?
Right now, I think
it's Alabama.
Okay, I was going to say Texas A&M.
A&M's a good argument too.
I
know there's SEC bias.
Indiana's playing so well defensively.
They are.
That it's hard. I do think when you see the rankings come out, it'll be Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, Bama. I guess it does depend on what happens here, College Park, because if Indiana, if it's a score that doesn't jump out at you,
right?
Like it does need to be a 42-10.
Sure.
And we're about 9.5 minutes left to go. Indiana, Maryland, Hoosiers lead by 10. Yeah. Because nobody on the committee is watching this game.
No, I think that. Look, I think if Indiana wins this game at least by 2 scores, and they just scored again, it looks like, right? If Indiana wins the game by 2 scores, then I think that it will be Ohio State, Indiana. I think they will go in line with what the AP poll is, and we'll see what happens the last few weeks. But I don't think Indiana, and God, I know I'm biased because I have ripped Indiana for years.
Well, here's the exercise, I think, right? You put a winged helmet on Indiana, or you put a Trojan
on
Indiana.
Fair, yes.
Or you put an odd G on Indiana.
Or you put a different coach in there. And you put.
Well, I think it's the brand. I think it's
brand is
the
part
brand
of it,
that you go, wait, Indiana? What the? No, that's a typo. Or ESPN's website's wonky. But I think if you have the stats and the players and what this Indiana team has done against, you go to Eugene and you win a game like that. And if that's Michigan or if that's USC or if that's Georgia, they're number 2 with a lot more people clamoring them to be the number 1 team.
Right. I just fixed my wig, by the way. I just wanted you to know. I saw the.
Thank you for that.
I know.
You did have people jump on the live stream just to see you as Jackie Moon.
That's great. Look, I tried to tease it on Morning Juice this week and tell people to tune in, but we'll put pictures out there as well, and so we'll see what happens. But yeah,
are you going to wear it Monday?
Maybe.
You didn't wear it. Did you not dress up Friday for Friday's show?
No, that was a 31st.
That's Halloween.
I know, but it wasn't. I didn't want to. Look, because the party I'm going to, it's a big deal to try to win the costume party. I didn't want to give it away.
Okay, so you don't have, because what I did was I went as Burt Macklin.
Okay,
and I have an FBI coat.
Oh, good.
So I have costumes right. Like I have several costumes that I could just throw on in a moment's notice.
I don't like the wig. The wig it's bigger than Jackie Moon's fro. But that's okay. That's fine. I saw that, T-Bone was Andy Reid, did a great job looking.
He did. He shaved his beard again.
He looked like it, yes. Tyvis went as Freddie, I think is what he went
Freddy
as.
Krueger.
Freddy Krueger, and that's fine. He's a scary guy anyway. And by the way, I do believe, and I'm not saying this is I don't know. I think Tyvis has murdered somebody before. But nonetheless, they did a great job on their show.
What?
Yeah.
You think he's put somebody in the dirt?
Oh, I know he has.
Oh.
He told me. I'm not going to say it on the air because
you just did.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to say it, but yeah,
Again, you just did, and Isaiah didn't reach for the dump button.
Don't worry, Isaiah, I'm telling you, Tyvus has murdered somebody before, and it was justified. But I'm not going to put him. I'm not going to put him on blast.
Before we continue to murder this program, there is a team that is unblemished no more. We'll tell you who that is and the day that they had coming up next. It's Fans College Game Night on The Fan.
Big voice guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Shop Meijer and get a head start on your gifting list with early holiday deals. There's something for everyone. Yankee Candle large jars are 40% off. Get 20% off select Lego City and Friends building sets. Select board games like Clue or Scrabble are just $15 each. And Element 40-inch smart TVs are 50% off. Save a good deal more on the gifts they can't get enough of at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
College football is more chaotic than ever. New rivals, new rules, and a brand new season of Fansville. Are you fan enough to handle the drama? Then grab an ice-cold Dr. Pepper from your local Kroger and buckle up for the season. College football. It's a Pepper thing. College football fans, listen up. You can catch Carnell Tate and Dr. Pepper on November 17th. We'll be at the new Kroger at 7525 Gardwell Street in Powell from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Stop by to get your photo with Carnell Tate. See you there.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tidy whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Did you know Austin and Berm host a show at Roosters? And did you know that Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences? Tickets, sideline passes, trips to a postseason game, and more. Register today at roosterswings.com. Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. You're listening to Fan College Football Game Night.
Eric Reeser, Jackie Moon, rolling along with you on College Game Night. We're with you till 6:30. And we'll send you out to Nationwide Arena for Jackets St. Louis Blues pregame coverage. CBJ looked to make it 4 in a row.
It's amazing.
First of a back-to-back. They're on the Long Island tomorrow night, the Blue Jackets are, but pregame coverage will hit the Fan at 6:30. How's your head feeling? That wig looks scratchy.
No, the wig's not bad.
No?
It's really not. But the headband, I'm worried about that, how it looks. There's a headband.
I can't see the headband because there's so much fro.
There's so much there. I got to fix that.
But that's how Jackie Moon's character looked.
I know, but the fro's out. The fro is too big.
That's a Will Ferrell's character, Jackie Moon looked.
Yeah, I need to probably wet it down before I go to the party.
I had talked before the break about how Indiana needed to make this a bottom line game, that they needed to make it a score or a win that was big enough to where people would go, oh, wow, okay. So Indiana just rolled over Maryland, because you do need to be in the front or the top of mind for the College Football Playoff Committee as their first rankings come out Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Indiana's scored 14 unanswered. They lead 34-10 with 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter from College Park. That, I think, will do it, or at least do it enough to where the Hoosiers don't go anywhere in the first rankings. What's going to be interesting is they're going to give you the rankings. I think Memphis right now is going to be the highest-ranked group of 5 team. So they'll probably, the Tigers will, who they beat Rice Friday night, will stick around that kind of 25, 24, 23 area, but they're going to get the 12 seed.
Yes. Over Notre Dame, probably, right?
I have Notre Dame right now as the 10 seed.
Really?
I gamed this out today.
Okay.
Georgia is right now my 5 seed. They're the 5th ranked, or the 8th ranked, the 5th ranked team in the country. They're 5 right now. They're tied with Florida. There's about 12 and a half minutes left to go from the world's largest outdoor cocktail party.
That's
But
pretentious.
The name?
Yeah.
That's just how it's always been.
I know it's always been that.
I'd prefer if they're going to call it that, and they've been calling it that forever, you keep the names. Like the idea that they do the OU Texas game is not the Red River Shootout.
It's a Red River Challenge now or something, whatever they call it now. What do they call it?
One's got hate involved in it.
The Holy War is no longer the Holy War, right? Is that still the Civil War? Is no longer the Civil War. What Oklahoma, Texas, Red River Challenge, Red River?
It's Red River rivalry.
Okay, rivalry. Yeah, that's. I almost said a word I wouldn't.
Yeah, please don't.
I'm not going to say it, but it shouldn't be that.
But Georgia right now driving. They are on Florida's 25-yard line, but the Dogs right now I have at 5. I don't know why I got into this conversation. Memphis, the group
Memphis,
of 5.
12. I said I thought Memphis. If you have Memphis at 12 as a group 5, I think that Notre Dame's the one they beat out today.
My biggest qualm with the college football playoff is what I wanted to get to, because you'll see Memphis as the 12 seed,
right?
But they're not going to be ranked 12. Like let's seed it then rank it,
right?
Or let's rank it, or let's seed it how it's ranked.
I really want Navy to win today.
They did not.
I know they lost North Texas. I really want Navy with Horvath there, the kid from Hilliard,
for paying off on my tees.
You're welcome.
Where the midshipmen fall from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah,
they take a loss in North Texas to North Texas. Yeah, 2 Central Ohio quarterbacks not having the best day, and Olentangy's Ethan Grunkmeyer was the starter for Penn State, and he's not a bad quarterback. I certainly wish the best for him. He's just got to be developed, and it didn't feel, and it doesn't feel like Penn State could ever really develop a quarterback. Under James Franklin, they never did. That was 2 things I thought for me going into this season was Drew Aller hadn't been developed properly.
Right.
He's just really talented, or talented enough, but that's not going to get it done because they didn't have a deep threat. Guess what they didn't do in the portal? They didn't have a deep threat. Now here they sit at 3-5, the Nittany Lions.
If Aller's on Ohio State, is he a lot better?
Yeah, because he's developed better.
I think so too.
But back to the Navy, North Texas game. The Mean Green won 31-17. Midshipmen are 5-1 in the American Athletic Conference, so they've still got a lot ahead of them. They don't control their own destiny because I think it's Virginia and Georgia Tech are right now unblemished in conference play. Virginia did lose to NC State, but it wasn't an AC. I confused the Atlantic and the American conferences. No, that was on me because I put the American and ACC conferences
It's no longer American
together.
Athletic Conference. It's just American Conference. It's not AAC anymore. It's just AC.
No, I'm an idiot in confusing a group of 5 conference for a Power 4 conference. But regressing back to the North Texas game. Midshipman 5-1. UNT is 4-1 in conference play, so still kind of a chance to get that highest ranked group of 5 team to the ACC, where you did see the Miami Hurricanes fall in overtime. They're out of the playoff.
They're done. That's sad. I really want, yes, because
Carson Beck throwing an interception in overtime.
When they were undefeated, Reese, I wanted Ohio State, Miami playing this year in the championship, and all the different things that would come up from that, all the different, like, oh my gosh, it was 23 years ago when all these things happened, 22 years ago, and all the interviews that happened with that. And I was excited about that possibility. And the U just disappointed. The U's dead to me now.
Well, here's the thing about Miami. Don't have faith in them.
No,
because they will disappoint you. Like, I get to continue for the 24th year in a row. Is the U back? Well, they'll be back next year. They'll get another quarterback out of the transfer portal. And he'll be wildly unremarkable. And Indiana's just gone up 40-10 over Maryland.
Of course they have.
This is what you need to do.
Yes.
Because I do believe that A&M this week's on a bye.
If Indiana OSU went out, play for the Big Ten championship, are both teams guaranteed top 4 seeds?
Yeah.
I think so, too.
I think so. Because A&M, they've still got Missouri next week, and then A&M's got Texas at the end of the season.
Going to be tough, yeah.
So there is going to be, I think, some conference cannibalization with the SEC, but I do think that conference is putting in 4 teams. I think the Big Ten's putting in 3. The ACC, I think, just puts in 1. Right now, I've got Georgia Tech, the lone team. Now that
it's got to be that, doesn't it? Now, I mean, I don't see anybody else. I can't see another team, the ACC, being worthy.
No,
when it's all said and done.
Because I think, again, to my ACC point that I was trying to make, and then I mixed it up with the American Athletic Conference. Okay. Virginia is unblemished in conference play. They played NC State, but it wasn't an ACC game.
The Big Ten teams are hoping, and SEC teams are hoping, that Georgia Tech wins out and wins the championship, because if Georgia Tech somehow gets to the championship undefeated and loses to Virginia, all of a sudden you got to put 2 ACC teams in, right?
I don't know, because I think the Big 12's sitting there, and they have an opportunity to put in 2 teams. Because BYU right now is in.
Yes.
And Cincinnati, look out for the Bearcats. They're at Utah tonight. If Cincinnati's able to beat Utah, and they're going to need some help from some SEC teams.
Sure.
So a lot of teams are rooting against Georgia, because I think the Bulldogs are the one Georgia and Ole Miss, I think, are the 2 teams, I should say, that they cannot take a loss.
Reese, you look at there are so many 1- and 2-loss teams from the Power 4 conferences that are all in the top 25 that have different variances of schedules they've played. And it's going to be interesting to see how the CFP judges that. Because like Ohio State, yes, they can control a Grambling State and OU thing. They control that. I get it. But their conference schedule, Ohio State can't control that. That is what it is, right? And so other conferences too, you got to look and say, wait, this team lost 2 games, but look at their conference schedule compared to the team that lost 1 game and see what their schedule is. Indiana last year had a fraudulent schedule. It was weak. The one game they should have, the one game that mattered was Ohio State. They got their butts kicked, and they cowered down to Ohio State. But that's what you have to look at now with the CFP when they look at these things, because it's no longer you play every team in your conference or 8 of the 9 teams in your conference, whatever. It's no longer that. It is random based on who you can play. Ohio State won't play Penn State for 2 more years after this.
Which is a shame.
No, it's not a shame, Eric.
Okay. I think that when you have the opportunity to protect rivalries in the Big Ten for Ohio State, I think you should always, obviously, the game.
Okay,
but
the
Penn
game
State,
is one, yes.
And then I wouldn't hate it if they had a protected rivalry against Oregon. And you saw those 3 teams every single year at home and home sites.
I would rather see Oregon and USC over Penn State. I've seen enough Penn State. Ohio State's won 8 in a row. Penn State's won twice since 2008. Now, they had the one that was vacated. We're not going to count that one. But I'm saying, like, in actual on the field, since 2008, Penn State's won twice. They played every year, Reese. Give me USC and Oregon. Give me something different. I'm not a big believer in the Penn State needs to be a rivalry.
Well, they're not. And they haven't won since 2016. Ohio State today made it 9 in a row.
And they could have chose Ohio State, by the way.
They could have. And they chose nobody. They chose not to protect any of the rivalries in the Big Ten. They claimed they were unrivaled. Now they are without a coach, and now they are 3-5. after a 38-14 loss against the Buckeyes today at Ohio State. And a man who was on the field for that game today is Tyler Danberg. He'll join us next. It's College Game Night on The Fan.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning Juice weekday mornings at 6 by searching 971 The Fan. Do it.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in Columbus. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any Ford tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tighty-whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair.
Dormar, you're kind of cute.
Helping a new driver get ready for their road test? Here's a convenient new way to make the most of your 50 hours of required practice driving time. The Road Ready Ohio app. Available now at no cost to new drivers and their families. Road Ready Ohio keeps track of your driving experience together, providing feedback and safe driving tips. It even generates the documentation you need for the Ohio BMV. The Road Ready Ohio app. Free to download in the Apple and Google App Stores.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you pick match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports ball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. This is The Fan's Game Day Scoreboard.
This Game Day update is sponsored by Mutual Federal, proudly serving Columbus with personal and business solutions at mutualfederal.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Isaiah Jacob with your scoreboard update. The Buckeyes rolled once again, beating Penn State 38-14. Julian Sand threw for 316 and 4 touchdowns. Carnell Tate on the other end had 124 and a touchdown. Jeremiah Smith went for 123 and 2 touchdowns, and Bo Jackson added 105 yards on the ground. An upset earlier as unranked SMU took down 10th ranked Miami 26-20 in overtime. And then number 20 Texas beat 9th ranked Vanderbilt 34-31. Right now, 5th ranked Georgia is up 17-10 on Florida. And then tonight at 7:30, 14th ranked Tennessee will host John Mateer and the 18th ranked Oklahoma Sooners. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Two jabronis talking football.
Thank you, football god.
No better way to spend a Saturday. This is Fan College Football Game Night.
Real quick, remember to set your clocks back tonight.
No, okay.
What?
That's a humble brag by you.
It's not a humble brag. It's a PSA.
No,
we are using public airwaves to remind the people
That's fine. Isaiah,
to set their clocks back.
Do you have kids or pets?
You get
I
an
have
hour.
one dog.
I have a dog.
Okay. That's fine. I'm telling you, I've got kids. My kids are 9 and 11.
And you love them dearly. Where are you going with this?
I'm telling you,
Moon?
They will still wake up at the same damn time.
They're your alarm clock. It's 100%.
You guys don't. I'm saying, like, if you're no kids, yes,
So
you get an extra hour sleep. Me,
no. Waddled into this. You can only blame yourself for what's about to happen. Did you choose both of them?
Neither one of them. It just happened.
All right, well.
Whatever.
Don't put your accidents on me.
They're
Tito.
not listening to me. Accidents. That's a good way to put it. Accidents. I've had 4 accidents in my life.
You were going to say, yes, I chose them. I was also going to say, don't pin your choices on me.
It's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
I have chosen through 35 years to not have kids. So all you out there were like,
wait. You're 35?
I'm 35 years old.
Isaiah, I would have pegged him for 29.
He does look young.
That's the idea.
You know
kids.
Why? No kids.
Yep.
And not married.
Nope.
You will be.
Well, we got some bridges to cross first.
I've seen the ring.
There's no ring.
I saw the ring in the break. You showed me the ring. You said, I'm going to propose soon.
Sure don't. I propose is we go out now to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, a man who will bring this show back to order.
Please.
Tyler Danberg. He's a sideline reporter for the Ohio State Sports Network. Tyler, thanks so much for the time this evening. Where were you when Jeremiah Smith plucked a ball out of midair and had his second touchdown catch on the day?
Well, first off, great to be with you guys, and I think daylight savings time is a top 5 day, the first day of it, but that's neither here nor there. I was at the 20-yard line in the north end, absolutely bewildered. And, Eric, we were texting after, like, you were right. I mean, he is out of this world. It's unreal.
You were texting with Eric?
Well, I wanted to see where his vantage point was on that.
That's fine. I'm busy. That's fine. Go ahead.
Were watching
football. I was busy. Don't put me in the text chain.
It's called show prep, Tino. If you did it once in a while.
I'm not on the show prep. If he would text me, I'd be on the show prep. Tyler, Jeremiah Smith next year. Do you think about how great he will be next year if Chris Henry Jr.'s on the other side of the field?
Oh, it's restock and reload, right? It's unbelievable. The amount of talent that's like a revolving door. It really is surreal to think about what Brian Hartline has built in that room. It really is impressive when you take a look at it, and it's the nation's taking notice on that. But you think Jeremiah Smith could be, and I think Terry Smith said it last week, interim head coach for Penn State. He said Jeremiah Smith was a top 2 pick last year. He's a top 2 pick this year, and he's a top 2 pick next year. You don't see that a lot in college football. So Jeremiah Smith certainly is an outlier at that.
Tyler, I know that Coach Day going into the locker room at half said it felt like they were down 21. Just when you were roaming the sidelines, what was the feeling that you got from the Buckeyes when they fumble before the 2-minute timeout and Penn State returns and makes it a 17-14 game?
It felt like, at least from our perspective, it felt like they were up 2 or 3 scores, and then the fumble happened, and it felt like they were the ones trailing by 3 at half. But you know what? Talking to center Carson Hinsman after the game, he said that those guys were really determined. They were really locked in going into half and coming out of it. They wanted to get right. They wanted to get back. And it was cool to see C.J. Donaldson punch it in and get a touchdown after that. He said something that was really powerful after. First off, he was really thankful to the coaches for giving him that opportunity, and he takes a lot of pride in being that guy to power it in from 5-10 yards out. But he said that when you carry the ball, you're carrying the program. And, that's a really powerful thing to say, but it goes to show you what the coaching staff is instilling in them about ball security. And so there's a lot of pride that goes into who's carrying the rock and who's punching it in. And, you could tell that CJ was feeling it after fumbling the football, let alone fumbling the football in the red zone. So it was really cool for him to eventually get that shot and to have his teammates pick him up and put together that second half and that third quarter that they did. There was a big point of emphasis of them scoring on that first possession, and not just a field goal, but a touchdown. By them coming out and scoring right off the rip, the way they did in under 5 plays was huge.
So when that happens and they go into the half like that, they look like they're up 17-7. It's going to be they'll be up at least 10 at the half is what it looked like. Maybe 13, maybe they'd be up more than that, 17. And as a fan, I'm watching it and I'm saying I don't feel threatened by Penn State. Do you think Ohio State at that point, when it was 17-14 at the half, felt threatened?
Yeah, that's a great question because they, at least from our vantage point, and for us as fans and media and the ones around it, they're so. I really don't believe that they felt threatened because, I mean, they're such big believers in them. It's not about them. It's about us, and that's the approach they take. And I think it's gotten to the point where they're not just saying it, but they really drill it into these guys and these coaches, and that starts with Ryan Day and goes down the list. So I don't really feel like they felt threatened. They if anything, this was the Penn State they thought and knew they were going to get in that first half. They were going to keep it close. They were going to keep it manageable, and they had enough talent to hang with the number one team in the country. And Ryan Day doesn't always label an opponent a matchup game. When he says matchup game, that's something that really gets your attention. And so they're at every game and every week is the most important week, and they got to have a great week of practice. Those are really important values for Ryan Day, and you can tell like they're just so good at not letting anything outside really get to them and making sure they're hammering home the little details to the point where they probably don't feel threatened by a Penn State team that scrapped their way through that first half. And then Ohio State's explosiveness and their ability to make incredible second half adjustments was able to allow them to get that victory.
Tyler Danberg, our guest, he's sidelines on the Ohio State Sports Network. He was in attendance for Ohio State's 38-14 win over Penn State this afternoon at Ohio Stadium. Julian Sain, 20 of 23, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Tyler, how do you think he follows that up?
Well, we've been asking those same questions the last 3 or 4 weeks, and you know what? The question you asked Julian Sain, the answer he'll give you is there are things that it still wasn't perfect. There's ways that he can be better. There's ways that the team can be better. Now it gets really tough to keep saying that and for him to keep playing the way that he has. But I think that it goes to show you the mindset that he has, because every single week he said that there's things that I can be better at, and then he does. And he gets better, and he has a better day and puts up better numbers. And one of those incompletions was he had to get the ball out, threw it away. That just goes to show you Julian Sain, he's not turning the ball over. He's just so economical, so efficient. And I think one of his best plays today was his rollout on play action when he hit Bennett Christian in the end zone. I mean, that was just such a savvy play. I mean, he is a smooth operator in every sense of the word. Caleb Downs said last week he called him Jay Cool. I don't know if that is stuck much yet, but I think Jay Cool is a pretty cool nickname. But I think that he just continues to show you that he is one of, if not the best players in college football, and it seems like every single week he gets better.
Yeah, that Tyler, that third down play where Sain avoids Dennis Sutton and another Penn State defender and converts on that 3rd and 5 with his legs. I thought for him that was the play of the afternoon, because that kind of showed me that there's something and there's a little bit more to be unlocked. When you watch him make that conversion, how do his teammates react to that?
I think they're fired up. I know his offensive linemen are really fired up. When you see the quarterback extending the play, they talk about, you hear a lot about offensive linemen talking about straining the pocket, and the pocket can get strained only so much before the quarterback can extend it. And that's exactly what Sayin did on that play. And he did that. He's really started doing that since the Illinois game. He's had to move a little bit and improvise a bit, and did that more at Wisconsin as well. And I think it just unlocks another tool in the toolbox for him, and guys rally around it. Guys love it. I mean, he's done a lot with this team, and I think one of the biggest things, guys, is that he just continues to build trust. And when you're hitting both your top receivers for 50-plus yard catches, that's going to help as well.
Penn State blows up for 14 points on the Ohio State defense, and we can't nitpick the Ohio State defense. Let's talk about the running game. I know Bo Jackson went over 100 yards, had a 51-yard run. Was the offensive line better today or just okay?
I think they were better today, Tito. Through Austin Saraville this week, he was talking about Coach Bowen said that at Wisconsin, that was one of our worst games. Now, worst for this Ohio State offensive line is, giving up a sack. That's it. That's how dominant they've been. But I think that's the way they view things. Is they're never settled. They're never satisfied. And I think that we've been hearing the last couple of weeks that they were one block away or one broken tackle away from a big play, and they got it. And I think there was a lot of relief that came away from it. Bo Jackson, 51 yards. They had just had one 30-yard run since the OU game, week 3, when James Peoples had a 33-yard run against Minnesota, their last home game a month ago. So I think it was the offensive line just continuing to get better and to pave ways for the running game. And they finally had a couple things go through and come through for Bo and the boys to break one loose. And that can do a lot for confidence.
Tyler Danberg is our guest. He sidelines for the Ohio State Sports Network. It's been a heck of a season. We're 10 weeks in, 8 games for this Ohio State squad, and I think a lot more fun is about to be had by all. Tyler joins us courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Thanks so much for the time, bud. Enjoy the rest of this week. And it's West Lafayette. It's not very sexy, but it's another chance to watch this Ohio State offense, bud. Enjoy it.
It absolutely is. Eric, Tito, thank you guys so much, and look forward to tuning in the rest of the night.
Again, the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline is where he joins us from. Yeah, Jay Cool, the nickname for Julian Sayin. Where will he see his team this Tuesday as the College Football Playoff Committee unveils its first ranking? We'll discuss that next. It's Game Night on The Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in Columbus. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
College football is more chaotic than ever. New rivals, new rules, and a brand new season of Fansville. Are you fan enough to handle the drama? Then grab an ice-cold Dr. Pepper from your local Kroger and buckle up for the season. College football, it's a Pepper thing. College football fans, listen up. You can catch Carnell Tate and Dr. Pepper on November 17th. We'll be at the new Kroger at 7525 Gardwell Street in Powell from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Stop by to get your photo with Carnell Tate. 8. See you there.
There's nothing like fall in the Midwest. Shop Meijer and enjoy every moment of the season with great deals on fall family favorites, like crisp and flavorful bulk Honeycrisp apples for just $1.49 per pound. Buy one, get one 50% off fresh from Meijer boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and select varieties of Purple Cow ice cream or frozen yogurt for $2.99. Saving money and getting everything you need in a single stop. That's the good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-743-8989. 800-743-8989. 800-743-8989.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Bishop and Friends.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you.
I know. You're going to tell me it's like you're my wife.
You're like my kid.
You're like my wife, and I'm not going to listen
like my kid.
to you. I'm just telling you.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
For tonight, mostly cloudy and a few rain showers possible south of I-70. Lows down into the upper 30s to lower 40s. And then for your Sunday, partly sunny and back into the 50s here for the afternoon. We'll see more sunshine and upper 50s to lower 60s here by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
Hot takes from the early games, bad predictions for the nightcaps. This is Fan College Football Game Night.
So as Big Noon kicks wrapping up the pregame show in advance of Ohio State, Penn State, Rob Stone just kind of dropped that Julian Saint's nickname's J. Cool. And I had never heard that before about Ohio State's signal caller.
News to me also.
Like I put it out there on social media, and a lot of other people had said that no, that's in fact the first time they had heard it. But Chris pointed out to me that that's his nickname from his teammates, and he referenced Caleb Downs' podcast. Okay. So Caleb does a podcast, Downs to Business, with his brother. They had Julian on the most recent episode, and they was introduced as J. Cool. And you heard from Tyler Danberg in the last segment that his teammates refer to him as J. Cool. Now, he's the coolest customer in college football.
Sure.
And as you're seeing all across the country, how hard this sport actually is, where you've got Notre Dame, 12th ranked team in the country, up 18-10 on Boston College, but there's 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter there. Mm-hmm. Georgia and Florida are all tied up going into the fourth quarter.
Right.
Florida is a team that is better than their record would suggest, but I'm the proponent of your record is who you are.
Okay.
So you can have a team that's really talented. You can have a team that's full of good players, 4 stars, 5 stars. You can have a good coaching staff, but your record tells the tale of the team.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. I understand what you're saying, yes, but then it goes to the whole thing about where do you rank the SEC? Because there's always the argument about SEC is overrated. There's a SEC bias in rankings. And so, Georgia comes in ranked, what, 5th?
They are 5th in the country.
Okay. And neutral site game. Is Jacksonville, we call that truly neutral site, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They should blow out Florida. Does that mean the SEC is better than we think or weaker than we think?
Based off of what is happening right now?
Yes.
Or
based on this game right here, are you more apt to say?
I would say Georgia is overrated based off of what is happening now.
So you would say Georgia's overrated and not that Florida's underrated?
No. I think Florida is properly rated. They are not ranked. I think Georgia a tad overrated at 5th in the country.
Okay.
Right? I would say I would probably pick a couple of teams higher than them as the 5th, but it doesn't really matter the ranking right now.
Not right now. Okay, so
it will start to kind of matter on Tuesday.
But you and I agreement. In some order. It's Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, Alabama, right?
Yeah, I'd be okay putting Oregon up there too.
Okay, Oregon maybe 5th then.
I think Georgia Tech's got a case because they do not have a loss on their record.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, like who would be above Georgia in your mind? Oregon, yes.
BYU, you could put the unblemished Cougars up there.
Yes, I know. Navy was undefeated till today.
They are no longer.
I know they're no longer, but before today, would you put Navy up there or not?
No. Navy would have cracked the top 25, and I could certainly see what it would have been 8-0 for the midshipmen. Then that's a team where you look and say, okay, highest ranked group of 5.
Sure.
Yeah, certainly deserving of it. Memphis will have that spot this coming Tuesday.
If Georgia's in the Big Ten, they're below Ohio State. They're below Indiana.
And they might be below Oregon.
So they would be the 4th best team. The highest ranked, second highest ranked SEC team behind A&M. But they would be probably 4th in the Big Ten, right?
Yes, right now.
I think so too.
So we'll see, because right now Florida is up 20-17. And I do think if this were to stand, Georgia might not find themselves in the first set. They might find themselves on the outside looking in. Certainly, I think to the SEC bias, they might be looking at tonight's Oklahoma-Tennessee matchup and saying, okay, winner might be another at-large there. Because I think if Notre Dame holds on and they're able to beat Boston College, Notre Dame's in.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Notre Dame wins out, they're in. Yes.
Correct. I do think that BYU, and then now the winner of these sorts of games with Georgia trailing right now and maybe they end up losing, is the Big 12. Because you have UC sitting right there at 17. Now they play Utah tonight. That could be something, a jump up. Texas Tech, certainly.
Sure.
Can have an argument as the Red Raiders are still poised to make a Big 12 title game appearance.
That's the thing, Reese. When I look at it, it's like, because of how random now the conference schedules are, we're going to have a bunch of 1- and 2-loss teams, and they've got to look at it and say, is this 2-loss team better than that 1-loss team? Because the 2-loss team had a tougher damn schedule.
And they will start to have those conversations and make those arguments Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, and then they will probably try to do their best as you go throughout the month of November not to contradict themselves in any form or fashion.
Right, I know.
It's a very difficult thing. And I think what they realized last year, or maybe choreograph it better with the talking heads at ESPN when they ask you the questions, so you're not stepping over yourself. Because I think Ward Manuel did put his foot in his mouth when he said that they're not going to penalize teams for making the conference championship game. And that's still a loss.
It is a loss. But how do you look at Bama? Bama's got one loss to a bad Florida State team. An overrated Florida State team is going to fire the coach at the end of the season. That's Bama's loss. How does that rank against other losses?
I hate that conversation of best
I know
loss,
it is.
but that is a conversation that will be had.
But that's what we're going to talk about.
Fortunately for the home team, Ohio State's going to find themselves number 1.
Yes, they are.
Fortunately for the home team, Ohio State, really all the Buckeyes need to do is just keep winning.
Yes.
And face whomever it might be, likely Indiana. The Hoosiers, by the way, put in the other Mendoza at quarterback. They lead Maryland 48-10. that's an eye-opening margin.
Yes.
By a bunch of guys and men and women who will not be watching this game, who probably did not watch this game, and I mean the College Football Playoff Committee.
Is that all the Mendozas are there too? Do we have a third one on the team or not? I'm not sure. Is there another one?
There might be a third one.
Is there another Watt or something or whatever? There might be another one. I'm not sure. But I know we say the other Mendoza, which I'm sure is the way he wants to be referred to as the other Mendoza. He's not that one. He's the other one.
Fernando right now is second in Heisman odds.
Right.
And the thing about the voting for this year is the ballots are due that Monday following the Big Ten championship.
That's insane. I know.
So you will have.
What's your vote right now? Today, what's your vote?
Julian Sain.
Okay.
Right now, I've got Julian and Jeremiah in my top 3.
Isaiah, you don't have a vote. If you had a vote,
it'd be Julian Sain. Today, he looked fantastic. The back shoulder throw to Jeremiah, the first drive, I was like, he's going to win the Heisman.
I mean, even when he throws it away, I want like Dylan Gabriel to watch film and be like, that's how you get rid of the ball.
We're not in the end zone, please. We're not doing Browns talk. We're not doing that.
The guy's got to be in the area. That's how you do it. NFL quarterbacking, I should say, as we've seen it sink to new lows each week in the National Football League. Quarterback play is awful outside of established stars. If they could just sit down and watch some of the ways Julian Sain protects the football by throwing it away when a timely blitz comes at you, or when there's nobody there, you could make more money. And Julian Sain certainly will. Fortunately for Ohio State fans, they've got 4 more games left to go in the regular season, plus a college football playoff run, and plus an entire another year of this.
So he was completing 80% of his passes coming in.
80.7
and got better
after today's game.
Okay, it was like he got better today. Going 20-23, right? That was the number.
20-23 for 87% today.
Yeah. So his number went up today. He was 80% before today, and it got better.
You might ask, how do you put that into perspective? Well, Joe Burrow, through his first 8 games, remember, he won the Heisman in the national championship in his second season as quarterback of LSU. But his first 8 games, he was 78.8.
Right. Yeah.
Bo Nix at Oregon, 78.3. J.J. McCarthy at Michigan, 78.1. Those are the highest through their first 8 games. Julian Sain, 80.7. What you're seeing is unprecedented. What you're seeing is historic. And what you're seeing is just a lot of damn fun.
It's going to suck when it corrects. When market correction happens, it'll suck.
You think there's a market correction coming for Julian Sain this season?
I'm just saying for Ohio State football, it can't be this good for 10 more years.
It's going to be good at least for 1 more week.
That's all I want. Yeah, you're right.
Got Purdue.
I'm just saying, though.
Next Saturday at 1 o'clock.
In West Lafayette, where sun never shines.
Look, we've got to send things to Nationwide Arena. You've got Blue Jackets, you've got Blues. Coming up next on The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable.